All right, good morning, whichever time it is you're watching this particular update. I remain my humble self, God's favor Abrahams, and today we'll be diving into another task from our PLP to solve. All right, so and with that being said, let's scroll down to pick one and then just start with. All right, so we've got this at 33, 38. Okay, I think we have to go for web development because I think we've not done the week 4. Yeah, the week 4. Okay, so now that we're in the web development series, yes, I'm going to just scroll down and then we're going to begin from the quiz first, which is very, very essential. So, all right, the week 4 quiz on web development. So we have 10 questions for 10 minutes and then 40% mark, and I know we are all ready to begin. So the instructions remains the same. All right, so the first question says, question 1, what is the innermost part of the CSS box model? A, margin, B, padding, C, border, and then D, content. So actually is actually padding, because how do you call it now? How do I what is it called? The after the content, after the content that is inside, the padding is next to it. Then there is a border between padding and margin. For those that took my class, then you remember when I said PBM, which is padding, border, and then margin. So what is the innermost part of the CSS box model? So the question now is, can we actually count content to be part of the CSS innermost part? Like the innermost part of CSS model, is content part of it? Because not everybody actually believes that content can actually be part of it, right? Most people actually focuses more on what's it called, the PBM. So for me, the content is actually like the innermost part of it. So and I hope that's the answer that they pick. Our people, our instructors, most times, I don't know. So alright, so we have question 2. Which CSS property is used to create space inside the elements between the content and the border? A, margin, B, padding, C, width, and D, display. This is, so now it said inside the elements between the content. Now we're talking about the content and the border. Remember, PBM. So before you can get to B, that means you have to get to P. So that means the answer is clearly what? Padding. So after the content, CPBM. So PBM is actually the one that is most common. So, but the initial listing is CPBM, and then this time save is faster than we have. Question 3. What does the display property with the value block do? A, makes the elements in line with others. B, makes the element take up the full width available. C, hides the element. D, aligns the element to the center. This is actually very cheap. This is a very cheap question. So what the display property, and when you set the value to block, is what it actually does, it makes the elements take up like the full width available. All right, it takes the full width of the whole structure there. So it's just going to arrange it All right. So question 4, which value of the displayed property creates a flexible container for its children? A, grid, B, block, C, flex, D, inline. All right, so this is actually cheap. What's it called? The answer to this one is just flex. We know flex if you've studied flexbox, and if you've not taken the section, don't miss my class. I'm going to host a class on the that's 28, right? Yes, on 28th of this particular same month that we are on, August, on the 28th of August. So I'm going to host a session that I'm going to teach HTML and SQL and then Python also. So depending on which one is like voted the most, as the most votes. So don't miss the session. 6:30 WAT and 8:30 EAT. All right, so then we continue. Question 5, in CSS grid, which property defines the number and size of rows in a container? A, grid template rows, B, grid template columns, C, grid area, and then D, grid gap. Right, so I think the question is actually even selling the selling the answer to us already. So it's actually grid template row. The number defines the number and size of row, so it's for row. So I think it's already just selling the answers to us. What does a media query in CSS allow you to do? A, add JavaScript functionality. B, apply styles based on screen size or device. C, change HTML context dynamically. And D, improve browser compatibility. So the media queries is actually, well, after you've designed, when you're, especially if you're coding with your PC, or once you just start coding normally, what you're coding is fit for your PC, for particularly your PC. So you need to add a media query and then set the screen size to the size of other mobile devices or other devices, so that whichever device you're accessing it with is going to be like responsive. The same way this PLP, you can log in with your mobile phone and everything is still in order. All right, so question number 7, what is the purpose of responsive design in web development? A, to make websites load faster. B, to ensure websites work well on all devices and screen sizes. C, to enhance animation effects. D, to create dynamic websites. All right, so what is the purpose of responsive design actually? So we all know that it is to ensure that the websites work well on all devices and screen sizes, so that if I run your website on my mobile phone, it won't overflow. What we call overflow is when you scroll to the last part, maybe the last edge, either to the right or to the left. Hey, thank God. Either to the right or to the left, or whichever part, and it's not going to like slide out of the screen just like that. All right. Yes, this question is actually question 8. What syntax is used for a media query that applies style for devices with a minimum width of 600 px? So to add this is maximum width of 600 px. All right, so to add a maximum width of 600 px, so that means we're going to set the media query, right? Where is it? Okay, yes. So we're going to set this media query. So if it being they set for a minimum width, then we are going to say min width. But they said maximum width, so this is it. We're going to set our query and then give it the condition of the max width of 600 px. All right, and that's just it. The next question. All right, we have now question 9. What is the primary principle of mobile first design? A, design for desktop first, then adapt for smaller screen. B, design for mobile devices first, then scale up for larger screen. C, create separate websites for mobile and desktop. D, avoid using responsive design. This question is actually funny and a little bit tricky, especially if you're looking at A and B. But mind you, the correct answer is actually to design for mobile device first, then scale up for larger screens when you say mobile first. All right, so I'm just going to pick this because okay, we still have 1 minute. All right, so now question 10. What is the best way to ensure images are responsive? A. Set their width to 100% and height to auto. B. Use fixed pixel values for width and height. C. Set the max height property to 600px. D. Use the inline block display property. Alright, so for our IMG tag, for our image rather, so for our image, the way we know the way for us to know that our images are actually responsive is to set their width to 100% and then their height to auto. With just that, it will make the image to scale down with their container, and it's going to creep, like it's going to it's going to keep its proportion, and like it's going to keep its proportion no matter how you shrink or increase or something thereabout. So I'm going to choose this, and I hope because I've been getting missing just one all this while. Okay, we passed. All right, so we passed everything this time around. So let's just continue learning since we passed everything. All right. I actually picked, okay, sorry, this instead. Oh, just 2 surveys. Okay. All right, so we have our what's it called now, our assignments here that we're going to do. So says navigate to this, read through the instructions and something like that. So let me quickly navigate through and then get the instruction. Layout and responsive design. All right. Okay, you're ready to go. Wait, since we've started doing HTML, have we been given a particular this thing like this to use before, or perhaps this is the first one? Can't even remember. I think we've been given, which one? I think there's one that we do create our stuffs ourselves. Is that one? I think Python. I think that one should be Python. Okay, so let me read through. Okay, I guess we are good to go then. Yes, we are good to go. Yeah, we're good to go. Okay, now I'm just going to grab this again, grab this, and then let me see what's the name of this particular store here. July 2025 CSS whatever. Oh, that's not a problem. So I'm going to VS Code, right click, grab me the desktop again. So I'm going to grab the desktop. Alright, let's increase this, and now I have to clone. Wait, let's make sure. Okay, I can close these guys. Alright, don't need you guys anymore. Okay, So I can clone now. Say git clone, right click, enter. Okay. So I have to change my direction to July. Yes, that's how it is here. July 2025. So CD July 2025 CSS. Okay, so I'm going to list. Alright, and I've only got readme, so I'm going to code it, code readme.md, so I can just close this one. Alright, so I can close you for now, then wait till when I'm ready to push again. Sorry. Okay, so what we actually asked to just do in the summary of what I've read and we've read together, and you've also read from your place, is to build a responsive multi-section web page that looks clean on desktop, tablet and mobile, using grid plus flexbox and what's it called, grid, flexbox, and what did they even call them again, flexbox, grid, and CSS grid, flexbox. There's also one, okay, yeah, responsivity. So that's a media query. Yes, so media queries too. All right, so now I will just get into it because this is the deliverables. So this is what's essential here. Next, the code should demonstrate clear use of flexbox and grid, responsiveness with proper breakpoints, clean maintainable CSS structure, and fpo command. So this is actually like a cheap task for me, so let me quickly just quickly move this. Okay, here ls. Okay, so I'm going to touch. So what touch actually does is to create new files. So just watch this side, you're going to see that these files are going to add join in. So this is touch index.html space style. Is it styles or style? Okay, style .css, and then hit enter, and then automatically index.html style.css undefined, untracked or undefined, whichever way. So I'm going to remove this again. Let me reduce this screen so I can close it. Alright, so then increase it again, and then close this one right here, and then begin working. Okay, before I close it, open the index, then open the style CSS. Okay, let's open the index first. Looks like there's no space for one more tab. Alright, so what I'm going to do here is, first of all, I'm going to use a shortcut, pressing shift 1 on my keyboard, shift 1, then press enter to get this boilerplate ready. Alright, so this has actually fast forwarded, or this has actually make what I'm going to do easier, because now I just have to start from here. So I'm going to give it a name, let's say responsively out this assignments, like that, assignment. Okay, all right, so and then I need to link this to my CSS for now. So let's just link it, link : CSS. All right, just like this, and then I'm going to run this on live server. So although you're not going to see anything, but I like it whenever I'm working with HTML or React or something there. But I love viewing it while I'm doing it. I just want to see my changes as I'm doing it. So I don't know, this is definitely going to be a huge problem here. So let me reduce this, or let's just minimize this a little bit. Okay. Alright, so I'm going to start my program now. Alright, so I'm starting from the head. Alright, starting from the header, and then from the header I can just give just h1 is enough. Then I can call this my responsive web page. Okay, yes, and then I can go directly down underneath it and then call navbar, call nav, call another list, and then give me a list plus a times 4 should be enough. I don't think it did it well. It actually did it well, but okay, come, let me try it again. A list, then inside the list is nested the a, and then the a is nested inside the list, but then I need the both of them times 4. So let me try this method. Maybe it's going to, no, it still didn't give me what I want. I'm coming, let's see, a, or let's see if this will work. No, if this would work, then times 4. No, didn't work. Lie a or should I just say, I don't know, let me just do it this way, and do a times 4. I'm going to arrange it to myself. So we have here, it's giving us 4 a's inside same stuff here, inside same single link here, so single list rather, this list. So just going to bring this out, then list is a list a, then list a. Okay, I guess that's cool. Then the first, I can just add hash to everything because it's not going to contain something. Hash, and then an hash. Okay, so here I'll give this one home, very essential. Then I'm giving this other one about, also essential. Then give this one, let's say, services, and yes, definitely contacts. So I'm done with my navigation, so let's go to the main body. So main, then I'm going to call my first section. Alright, then call my first section and give it an header where I'm going to give the name of the section, then give it a paragraph where I discuss briefly about the section. Go. Yes, that's it. So h2, oh no, h2 plus p. Yes, so inside the h2 I can say main website. All right, I can say my main website. or instead of saying main website, I can just say home, whichever way. So this is my assignment, so I can do whatever I want with it. So yeah, let's not forget to add a class here. I'm supposed to use an ID, but since I set this to what's it called, don't worry, let's use an ID, and I'm going to call it content. So I'm referring to you as content, but this is actually like waste of energy. Okay, so main website, and like I say, this is where you I don't even know what to write. Okay, I'm coming. Say welcome, you are welcome again. I don't know what to write though, guys. Like, I don't know what to write. So welcome, you're welcome. This is the website you can come to if you need free greetings. Don't know. Okay, so I'm done with this section. Now I can go and make another section. So, but still inside my main, remember, still inside my main. Then I can just say okay, let me just like add like a sidebar. All right, just add like a sidebar, and I'm going to say, okay, wait, let me use class. So don't worry, you can use ID, but there's a reason I want to use class. Okay, so then I can say section. All right, so it's still going to be the same thing, section h2, and you know, like the paragraph, just the paragraph, then the h2, the section. First of all, giving you a class of sidebar, then I'll give you a class of sidebar, and I can name this other details. Okay, then inside I can have like, here are some extra information for you. All right, then I can move downward. So this is the content, and then this aside, that's its own tag. For the sidebar is aside. So HTML already understands what this content is already, even before you start styling it. All right, so we can add more things, but not just going to waste my time, because this is like what's needed, so there is no need to start doing whatever. So the code should demonstrate clear use of flexbox and grid, responsive with proper breakdown, and blah blah blah. So I don't need to write too much or code too much web stuff, right? So I'm just going to head out of my main, out of the main now. So let me just add footer so we can ramp this up. So I'm going to grab my footer, and then as usual the paragraph. So in between the paragraph is where I can now add my and copy, which is the copyright icon. So, and copy 2025 redeco. Alright, then I guess yes, that's all. Let's see. Yeah, that's also, this is my website right here. So what's actually essential is the CSS. So let's quickly grab the CSS. Then close this again. All right, so the CSS. So first of all, let me grab global, grab everything globally, and then remove all these margins, so that they will be able to allow me calculate in my own. Yeah, so I'm going to know what I'm calculating, so you shouldn't add extra padding to it. To padding to should be 0. Yes, then yes, box sizing, other box. Yeah, very essential. Okay, so next I can just grab the body. And then set a font family. Then use the same Arial. I love using Arial, don't know why. Area, Fantasy, Roboto, stuff like that. Then give them a line height to space the wordings. So I'm just going to use 1.6. I hope it's not too much. Okay, no, still looks perfect. As a matter of fact, exactly perfect. So now what's it called? Now I want to use the grid to create the page skeleton. All right, so I'm going to use grid to create the page skeleton. So here again, I'm going to call out the body. All right, so we have the body here already, right? So but now I'm going to add more to it. So body, I intentionally want to call it separately, right? So I'm going to first start from the display, right? So I'll display it and then call it grid. Okay, so then after displaying it as grid, then I'll use grid template areas. Yes, then the grid template areas. So let me do it the same way I do my things. So the first one, in the first line, I'm going to give it an header. Okay, so we have the header section, and I'm going to give it a nav. Going to give it a nav. Alright, so then after the nav, I'm going to give it the main, and then I'm going to give it a footer. Right, so I think I've given it everything, right? So I can return this back now. Alright, so I've returned everything back, and then now the next thing, I can go on to add like grid templates, right? So I can add my grid template. So I'm going to use colon and then use 1 FR. So I'm going to pick 1 FR there, and then now I'm going to pick my grid template row. Since I picked colon, I have to pick the row also to set up the rows. So I'm going to use auto, so that should be 2. Auto, that should be in 2. Auto, then 1 FR, which is going to take the O, and then the last one too will be auto. Okay, so auto 1 FR auto. Okay, then what else can I add? Yes, mean height. So 100 VH as usual, everyone knows that 100 VH. So then we are asking it to fill the whole page. As you can see, footer is down here now, running down here. So we're asking the stuff to fill the whole page, right? So Oh, I don't know. I'm really feeling dizzy. Alright, so now I can call my header. Okay, so I can call my header and then say grid area, because I already set it. So I can say my grid area for header is header, and then I can say the background. Let's use background. Yeah, so I'm going to set it to what was this thing? I think 3498 database, then 3498 and database and db. As I'm saying, database is to remember. Yes, it's the one. So db, it's not like it's database, but that db makes me remember the color. So I can add my color, and then I can say white, because it has to be white so it can stand out. You see, and you see that the color actually makes sense. So, and then now after picking my color, I'm just going to pad it, padding, and then I can use my what's it called, rem, so on RAM. Alright, so I think that's enough. Or what else do I still add rather? No, I think that's it. Okay, so now I'm still going to grab my nav. Then grid, everything the same thing, then give it my nav again. After my nav, grab its own background also, then I can give it the light, that's come. Oh, sorry, I wrote C 3 times. Yes, but this my color is actually very, very diabolical. Okay, so let me just stick with something a little just different, but not that far away. So I'm still going to use 3 for this thing, but then I'm not going to use directly the whole number, so I can just change the second one to 5, but I think it still rhymes, so we need to change the remaining 3 to, no, this is reducing it to 5. So this is actually still stupid, but at least we still have something to show. Okay, so then I'm going to grab my main, and then my main ask it to give me the grid area also. Is it morning already? I can hear cocks crowing. My goodness, I haven't slept. Hey. Okay, so then I'm going to make this grid, right? I'm going to make this grid, and then I'm going to put the grid template column, and then also this one now is going to be 3FR. I'm going to use 3FR, 1FR for the both sides, and then gap. I'm going to set my gap to, which gap have we given now? Let's use 1 RAM2. Okay, so it's still ready. So gap 1 RAM. So, and then I can just add a padding to still make it look fit. So the padding should just be 1 RAM. And yeah, I think everything is beginning to make sense bit by bit. Okay, so then the footer, wait, let me add this thing here, background. Ouch, Jesus, bitch, it hurts me in my chest. So DDD or 333. It's the same thing. GDL 333. It's the same thing. Okay, only that 333 is deep. It's deeper. So I'm just going to use DDD. Okay. Then now I can add what else then? My footer. Okay. Can add my footer, and then my footer down here. So I'm just going to like grab your grid area first. Your grid area as set already, then return it to you footer. All right, then next I'm going to do is give you a background, which is very essential. So you're going to manage that 333 then. So that means I will have to use a white this thing color. So color white. Okay, and then after the color has been set to white, so let me align the text align to center, and after aligning my text to center, then I can just pad it with one RAM again, padding on RAM. Yes, and that's it. I think my page is looking showable. This is responsive website. Now let's increase it and see. Yes, I'm liking this. Okay, so let's go back to our deal. Apologies. So mind you, should in case you can't see what what I've been doing, so just use this moment now to pause and read through up till this moment. Pause and then read through to this end. So, and I guess that's it. So now what I'm going to do now is I want to make my nav bar item horizontal using flexbox. All right, I almost threw away my water here. All right, so I'm going to continue. So just as I told you guys, I love saying what I'm doing as I'm doing it. So, and then now I'm going to call my nav bar and then call the ordered list that is holding the properties together. So, and then I'm going to tell it, first of all, list style is none. So remove those dots. Alright, then I'm going to display them as flex to stay next to each other. Flex, and then I'm going to justify them, justify content, then I'm going to put it center, all of them. Okay, now they're in the center, so I can use gap, and then I'm going to use gap, and if you want you can use justify content, maybe space between, or is it justify or align, don't even know. Okay, so I'm just going to just gap it with 1.5 RAM. I hope it doesn't, I hope it's not too much. 1.5 RAM. Okay, thank you. So it's actually not too much. What else? I guess that's all. Okay, but it's actually very tiny. Let me give it a padding. So just give it a padding of 1 RAM. Okay, I think this one is still like manageable. Okay, so now I need to deal with this link, the links underneath it, and then the color also. So now I've called the link itself. First of all, I need to attack that color white. Now it's looking more like this thing. So text decoration, to remove the underlines, set it to none. No. Okay. Then font weight. Let me just make it bold. Okay, that's it. Okay. Now, I think I'm done with that one now. Okay, so media query. I've not even added media query, right? Okay. Yes, like we're supposed to add media query. So let's see. I think even the site safe is already good for media query already. So, but just to fulfill all righteousness, let's add the media query. So, but the one we're going to be setting is for tablet view, right? So media query. Although instead of setting for one, let's just set for media tablet view and mobile view. All right. So media. Then going to say the max. Remember, as it was in the quiz then. So max width. Then for pad, I think for pad is 900 px. For pad is 900 px. And then let's go into call the main again. Behind the main, tell it your grid template columns here will be 2 fr to 1 fr. So yeah, to look like this on smaller devices. Then let's see, I'm just going to duplicate this, so apologies. Alt shift down. So the first one is 900, so this one is going to be 600 for mobile phone. So here I'm just going to use just 1 fr, so which means if I should shrink it lower than this, so this is what it gets for 600 px, which is tab format. But if you shrink it more, it's going to use just 1 fr for everything. Right, so let's continue. Let me place it to the left. Alright, and sorry, to the right. Then okay, I think that's all. Let me just submit this and that will be all for today. Oh wait, how many times are you going to appear? Okay, no wonder you didn't respond. Okay, so let's see. What else? I guess that's all. So okay, yes, for mobile I'm supposed to work on this thing. So let me what's it called, nav, another list. So here I'm just going to set your flex direction to colon. Where is it? Colon. So turn it upside down. Yes, thank you. Then I can align you to center if I want. I can say align items center, and that's it. And if I want, I can keep it to the left, and if I want, I can say display and say none, and you can see it's gone. So I guess that's it. I don't want to waste any much more of my time on this particular task, but at least we finished our projects and it's making sense. So what I'm going to do is send this back to them at PLP. So grab my terminal. My eyes are heavy. Hey, I need to quickly rush this thing. My brain is shutting down. Okay, I've not been able to sleep well for almost like a week. It is affecting me now, and I just wanted to use this night. I want to use this night to be able to do a lot of updates, but I don't think I will. Ouch. Be able to do it. My brain is almost turning off. Okay, git add shall commit week 4 website assignment. Wow, Jesus. My head is spinning me. I really need to rush this thing. Git push. So remember, you can just use ordinary git push too and it will work, but I prefer just trying to not get any errors. Okay, so I'm going to bring this up again. How did I manage to okay, wait, there's one here, there's another one here, so I don't want this one. Yeah, so let's head back to my GitHub and make sure that we don't have anything inside. So, and my head, good. My eyes it's turning off by itself. I need to quickly rush this thing. So it has refreshed. There's nothing. Let's push this. And what is the time? Jesus, it's 3:26 a.m. Oh God. I have just 3 hours to sleep. Why is this one waiting? What are you waiting for? Go on, I need to sleep. Okay, it's done. So we can refresh here, and then we're going to see our index and our style. So I'm going to copy the code again. So I'm going to copy the code again. Go to PLP. Then submit. And that's it. So thank you all for staying till the end of this session. I remain my humble self, God's favor Abraham, and I thank you for staying till the end of the session. I remain my humble self, God's favor Abraham, and I'll see you in the next session. I'm shutting down.